Hello and welcome to Audiology Talk. My name is Tony Lombardo, and today I'm excited to share with you a little bit about how you can navigate the autoplay options on the AudioStar Pro and the Pello. Now, traditionally, in the past, we've had these options available only through the config app, but now we have the ability to make these changes on the AudioStar Pro or the Pello itself. So the first thing that we'll want to do is navigate to the speech screen, and then we can go ahead and hit the word nav icon. And what that will do is bring up a variety of different options that you can go through. Now, if we go all the way over to the right side, we can see that we have defaulted the autoplay option as wait for score. And what this means is that when I press the interrupt button on channel 1, it's waiting for me to score the results. So I press the interrupt, it'll play the first word or sentence in the series, and then it's waiting for me to score it before it automatically moves on and presents the next one. We have a couple of different options that you can move on the fly and change. One of the most popular ones is called time expire correct. And what time expire correct will do is it will basically allow you to then hit the interrupt button, it will play the first word, it will wait for a certain amount of time, and there's a little counter on the word nav that will allow you to select how many seconds you want. I would suggest 1 or 2, because if you put it up to say like 4 or 5 seconds, it will really feel like a long time between the different presentations. So we make our adjustment there. And then when we hit interrupt, it's going to play the first word, it's going to mark it correct, and then move on to the next word. Now that just allows us to kind of get freed up with our hands. We can do notes and things like that, and maybe keep one hand close to the incorrect button. So when they make a mistake, then we just override the automatic correct, just hit incorrect before the end of that next word being presented, and it will change the result for us. The other options that you have are time expire no score. So it will just play like a traditional CD. You'll go ahead and hit the interrupt button, and it will just play the words or the sentences in order with that same increment of seconds in between, and it'll just move through like you're playing a CD, and you can score it by hand or whatever you're going to do. The other is the opposite of time expire correct, and that is time expire incorrect, where we'll just mark it as incorrect, and then you'll do the opposite, mark correct, and override when the patient says the correct word. Now, another feature here is going to be called auto advance, and that is going to be more towards would be the left side of your options. And with this option, what we can do is we can break the score counter from the auto advance. And this is really important for something like what we have up here, which is the AZ Bio sentence test. With the AZ Bio sentence test and other tests like it, you have multiple target words within the same sentence. So if I was to have, like, say, one of the other autoplay options on, if I hit correct, it's just going to mark one correct score for that sentence. So what we want to do is we want to decouple that, and you uncheck the auto advance. And what that will do is it'll allow you to hit correct and incorrect as many times as you like for each sentence. Now, in these instances, you will need to use the navigation controls, or you'll have to plug a mouse into the AudioStar Pro and click on the words to have them to move through the sentences as you're doing this, because again, that counter is not going to move when you score it. So once you uncheck that, that'll allow you to score that sentence as many times as you want, move on to the next sentence, and again, going through and scoring the test more appropriately. And then when you transfer, you're getting the proper percentage. So that kind of covers the options that you have for the autoplay. The one last thing that I'm going to mention is the autoplay word limit. Now, the autoplay word limit is a new feature, and what this allows us to do is just set the number of words. So some of us may have like a 25-word list or a 50-word list or a custom number. With the config app, you can put a custom number in, but we have 10, 15, 25, and 50 that are in there, and you can just select any of those, and it will end after that number of presentations, which will save you from having to go, was that 25 words, and then stop it. So all at your fingertips with both AudioStar Pro and with Pello. The new firmware version 2 with Pello will have these options as well. So for more tips like this, make sure you turn into our social media, and thanks for tuning in today.